Hello and welcome to this very Christmassy video. I had the chance to get a few crafts done before I headed on off to Arizona, which is where I am right now as I record this, so hopefully the audio is not too bad. I made some felt ornaments and I also made an ornament that I ended up painting. I also tried to make an orange garland. I will include that in this video, but what I did wasn't very successful, so I'm planning on trying to make that again here while I'm at home. And if the outcome is more successful, I will try and update about that and how that looks. I will definitely end up taking that home and putting it on my tree if it's really cute. I did keep in the section of me making the orange garland because it was a really fun process, but I definitely think I need to tweak what I did, and also my oven is pretty powerful. I'm not sure why. I used to have the opposite problem at my other apartment, but anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Now that I have my parents' oven, I think I'm going to try and use that to make the garland, and I'll keep you posted. I'm currently recovering from a bit of a cold, so I'm sorry if my voice is a little nasally or I don't know. Doesn't sound great, but just so you know, for this project you're just gonna need some felt, some ribbon, some needle and thread, and also some little beads as well in order to make this project look really shimmery. I ended up making a Christmas tree, and Abraham did as well. They turned out so cute. I'm so happy with how these ornaments look. And oh yes, also some cotton balls. We use the cotton balls to stuff the ornaments in order to make them look really cute and plush, so you'll see how that turns out and how we use all of these materials in the end. I just found this video on Pinterest. It's by a creator that I'll put on the screen or in the description, so you can go and see their video and most definitely get a better tutorial. The very first step in this process is to create a stencil for your ornament. So you can see here I'm drawing out my stencil and how I want the tree to look. But I ended up doing this quite a few times. I think 3 times in total. You're about to find out with me. The first time, it was too small. The second time, it was too wide and too crooked. The third time, it was somewhere in the middle, and I just decided to take it. It was the best I was gonna get. One thing I'm not the best at is symmetry, honestly. I wish I could get things on the first try like some people, but it is not my strong suit, honestly. I just kind of go with the flow. We can use the same word if you want that.
Well, we do need 2.
Honestly, I think this is not that bad. It looks pretty good in my opinion. I wish that it was a little bit bigger in the end, but I'm gonna, I ended up going with it. You can see here in this next part, I'm outlining the stencil onto the felt with a black marker that ended up rubbing off my fingers. You will see that later. So I just outlined the tree just like this here. And then I went ahead and did the same thing right next to this tree here. So I had 2 outlined pieces of felt that I would then be able to decorate one side and have the other side be the back half of the ornament. After cutting out both of those sides of this ornament, I just checked to see if they lined up properly, and if there was any pieces that were sticking out or didn't really line up properly, I just went ahead and cut them off. My fingers looked like this for, I kid you not, the rest of the night. I could not get this marker off, so don't be alarmed by that. We have now arrived at the very fun but very tedious part of this project. This took me the most amount of time. You can see here that I have hand stitched a little X. It's supposed to be a star, but I just did a crisscross pattern. You can't see very well here because it's out of focus, but I thought this looked pretty because of the candle. I just did a series of crisscross patterns, and I tried to make little stars and whatnot. And I also had to help Abe a few times here because he got his tangled a lot.
You just know this.
You can see it here a little bit better. I just did a few crisscross patterns, like I was saying, X's, and also just a sort of star pattern, like a basic star pattern. Just did that over and over again. On the back side of the felt, it did kind of look like a mess because I was just, oh, let me put my star here, let me put this next star here, kind of going all over the place. So it did get tangled for me here and there. In the end, I really enjoy how this scattered pattern looks. I think once I add the beads as well, it really ties the whole ornament together and makes it look very magical and very whimsical as well. I didn't really record myself sewing any of the beads onto the ornament, but you can see them here. One of them is a little wiggly there, but I just tried my best to make a knot in the back of the first layer of the ornament. Hopefully they end up staying, but I'm not an expert really or the best sewist, so I just tried my best to get them on there. Right after I did that, I started doing what I believe is a blanket stitch around the edge of the tree. I did a blanket stitch all the way around the edges of the tree, but I left a space in order to stuff some cotton balls or pieces of cotton balls into the body of the tree in order to create that puffy shape you'll see in just a moment here. Before finishing up the stitching on the edge of the tree, I just went ahead and stuffed those cotton balls in there. I also left the opening at the very top to sew a bit of ribbon in order to hang the tree from the actual tree. And it's done! Oh my gosh, I love the stars, the beads, the red ribbon too. It all just looks so beautiful. I really like how it turned out. And of course there's Abe's too. I really like all of the character that both of these ornaments have. They're so cute and they look amazing on our tree. It was such a fun process to do. We spent like the whole day making these ornaments and I'm very happy with how these turned out. I just got home from work like not too long ago and I'm feeling like I want to make an orange garland. Earlier today I actually went to Michael's to check if they had any like ribbon that I could use for like a garland around the tree, but they didn't have anything that I liked, and so I was like, I don't know. And so I actually had Abraham pick up some oranges for me. So I do have some oranges now. I think I'm gonna make an orange garland to decorate this tree a little bit better. It's gonna take a while. It is 6 p.m. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna watch a movie and make a really nice orange garland to decorate this tree. And I don't know, I'm a little tired today, so hopefully this is what will, you know, pick me up a little. Okay, let's go.
Slices to make it easier to dry them out, but don't cut them too thin or they'll curl up like this one when they are dry. It's a bit.
So as I mentioned previously, my orange garland didn't really come to fruition because I had a bit of trouble. I think that my main issue is that the oven at my apartment is pretty strong, so for the most part it ends up burning some of the things that I cook or bake. I try my best to put the heat a little bit lower than what the recipe says oftentimes, or I end up cooking things for less time because of this issue. Since the orange garland was a little bit different and it was more so a dehydrating process, I tried my best to put the temperature as low as I could, as that is what is recommended in a lot of these recipes that I was seeing, and I did in fact flip the oranges every 30 minutes. I also tried adding a little bit of salt on top of the orange peels and letting them sit for about 15-20 minutes before putting them into the oven, because I thought that would also help with the drying process, but that didn't seem to be the case. I really think that it's my oven, so because of that I'm gonna try and make this orange garland again, and once again I'll try and update that or say something about it in a future video.
Then why do you have a party anyway? Because we don't want to, Mary. We're taking a break. 1 year off, no Christmas whatsoever.
Really not up to you to decide, is it? I'm gonna tell you.
And here's the second ornament I ended up doing. Here you can just see I'm just making these sort of broad strokes onto the ornament, and for a second there it kind of looked like a beach ball. I wasn't mad at it, but then I decided to add some flowers and dots onto it, and it really tied the whole thing together and made it really look festive, and this was super fun. I really enjoyed doing this. And here's how that second ornament turned out. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful and festive. It has flowers and what I'm guessing kind of looks like a little Christmas tree or a little sprig of rosemary. I'm not really sure what I was going for there, but it looks really great. I love it. I'm really happy that I have this cute little ornament on my tree now. Although I'm flipping these oranges over in this clip, you can kind of see on the right hand pan that some of the oranges are starting to burn, which was not a great sign. This is the outcome of the oranges, and these are the best ones that I could find from the entire sheet that I made. It's not the greatest, but I still like it, so I'm gonna use these as ornaments on my tree. These are the ones that look the best out of all of them. It's sad, but I'm still gonna use them. And this is a bit random, but I thought I would include some clips of me wrapping some presents this year because the wrapping paper that I had was just too cute not to showcase. So I have this really cute bow wrapping paper and then also one that has these really cute ducks on it.